Good afternoon, everyone. It's Leanne from Living in the 60s. Now, I thought I'd do for my second video a piece of sewing, and I had found this fabric from the 60s in a stash I had, and I made it into a table runner for this table in particular. This is an old table, probably from the early 70s, I think. I think it's got 1970s under the chair. I must have a look. But anyway, I do remember seeing it at one point. So this is a table runner, and it's a piece of fabric that I just found. It must have been ripped off a curtain or something else. Yeah, it feels like that fabric. Anyway, it's got fruits on it, so I thought that'd be good for my table here. Can you hear my cat? Sorry about that. I think she has dementia, because she wails all the time now. Even in the middle of the night she'll do that, and she'll wake us up. And I think it's involuntary, so she just does it without her really knowing. That's why I think she has dementia or even Alzheimer's, whatever cats get. Anyway, so this is going to be a table runner for this table, and I've left the piece was already that size, but you can measure out your table right to the end, and this one fits just within my table. It doesn't go down the sides. But I think if you wanted to do a table runner for your table, you could come down the sides about a foot deep. That would look nice, but this one just fits on the table, which was, pretty clever of me, but I didn't do that. So anyway, it is all hand sewn. I do have sewing machines. Got them packed away. How many do you own? Because I own 6. I keep breaking them, but they still work to some capacity. I use one for paper and fabric, and one just for fabric, and it's all sorts of different materials that I might use. But anyway, that is hand sewn. There we go. Now, then I thought, what can I show you? I wanted to show you that one that I was doing it at the time, but I ran out of time to do it, to film it. So we'll leave that one. Can't see the pretty colours. It does have striking colours. Now, I did wash this hand washed it in Sard Wonder Soap. It brings out the colours. It looks really fresh, doesn't it? But it's a very old piece of material. Now, we used to call it material in my day, not fabric, but I'll call it all textile or anything like that. We always called it material. Anyway, I found this one as well. It was sitting in my stash. Now I'm going to use this for my side table of my bedroom. So I used a craft iron. It fits in the palm of my hand, and it you can put water in it. It is a steam shot iron, and it's a craft palm hand one, and all you do is hold it from the top like this. It's very easy to use, and I bought one of those mats that you can use on the table to iron your clothes or iron things. So you'll need an iron for this, and all you do is fold down on the edge like this, 1 centimeter. Fold it down like that, and then iron it, and then fold it down again like that. Very simple, or square, nothing fancy, and it's all square. There's the corner, Very simple. Once you iron it all down, you know, you get the shape. That's the shape it's going to be. And it's very easy to do. So that's all I've done. I've folded it once, 1 centimetre, then another centimetre on top of it, and then I ironed it down. Now you do the sides first, don't do these ends first, do the long sides first, iron them, and then do the ends last. I find that the most simplest. Now this stitch, I'm not sure what it's called, I should have looked it up. It's a stitch, it may be whip stitch, it may even be hemming stitch. Do you know, I can't remember, but you'll know which stitch it is, especially if you've sewn before or you've seen it before. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm nearly finished this one. After we've sewn it, get a strand of cotton, double it over through the needle, of course, put a knot in it. Just do 2 tiny little stitches, pull it, do another 2 tiny stitches and pull it, and that secures it onto your fabric. And that's all you do. Now all I'm going to do is this stitch. Think of it as pick up about 3 mil. You know what 3 mil looks like? It's very, very tiny. Just pick it up a little stitch. That may be more than that. Go down 1 inch through the hem part of it. So you pick up a tiny 3mm stitch on this fabric here, and then you put it underneath the hem, the needle, and pull it through up out of the hem, and there's your piece of cotton there. Let's do it again. Go underneath your hem there and just pick up 3mm. That's a lot more than 3. I'm trying to see at the same time as show you, so I'm a bit out of sorts here. Let me just see if I can do it right. I'm going to show you how much I picked up. Can you see the needle? Here's the needle. There it is. I picked up 3 on this fabric here, just here, and I'm going to come up 1 inch of my fabric under this hem here. See, under the hem? I'm going to pull it through. There's another stitch. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to pick up a tiny piece of stitching. I'm going to come up 1 inch under the hem, go under the hem with the needle and come up like that. Now I'll just finish that off because I may need to get more cotton. I'm going to do it again. Come up. I'll do one more and then I'll tidy off and I'll show you how I do that. Right, here we go. Now I'm going to tidy this up. I'm going to come under 2 again, 3mm, sorry. I keep saying 2, I wonder why. 3mm, come up through the hem, do a little tiny stitch, like you're just neatening off, and do it again. And then put your needle through the loop at the end and pull securely. And that's it. Cut to the very end like that. Now, I'm going to have to get some more cotton, which is going to be difficult because I need to get a torch. Anyway, I will be right back when my needle is done. Okay, I'm back. I threaded my needle and I did a bit of sewing off camera to get to a stage where I can show you where I'm at. I'm just going to bring you forward a little bit so you can see a bit. Let's see if you can see this. I had you so far back I don't think you could see it properly. Oh my lord. I like to taut a piece of fabric, keep it taut, so I can pick up that 3mm stitch, come up 1 inch like that, do it again, keep it taut. You put your hand here and pull it, the fabric, if it's small enough that is, come up 1 inch, do it again, pick up the 3mm, tiny bit of fabric. It's getting late here. It's what, 4:45. Daylight savings is wonderful, isn't it? Some people don't like it. I'm sorry about that, but I love it. So I'm going to pick up my stitch at the very end, my 3mm again, and I'm going to go under here, and I'm going to come straight back up because this is the corner, and I'm just going to do 2 more hemming or whip stitches there, so I can tidy this up. So you just pick up your 3mm, go through your hem and go straight to the end. There's 1, oops, there's 2. Now all we're going to do is tidy up at the end. We're going to do 1 stitch through the whole lot, and then 2, and then we're going to put our needle through the rest of the fabric, cotton, and then I'm going to tidy up. Okay, that's it, finished. There we go. There is my table runner for my bedside table. Now have a look at the stitching. I am not perfect at sewing, and I haven't done it for many years, but I did my best, and that's all you can do, especially when it's handmade. It's beautiful when it's handmade. Oh, that's not cotton. It just feels so warm to have something handmade. So that's going to look pretty, but we can make it more pretty by putting some, what would you call this? Rickrack, that's it. I've forgotten a lot of terminology because I've been off YouTube for a long time now, and I have to get back in the swing of it, and I keep forgetting what things are called. Now a lot of times these stitches here, people don't like to see them. I do. I love seeing them. So what they tend to do is they put something over it, particularly if you're a crafter, you know, they might put hot glue over that, see, just over the stitches, and you won't be able to see them then. So it's not too bad. I don't mind that idea. I could get my hot glue gun and do that, in which I might, or I might be able to use some other glue. Not sure yet what. Can you see that there? That's my grandson's iPad number. I have to keep it there, otherwise I can't open his iPad. Sorry to show the whole world. But I don't think he's dangerous. It's dangerous to leave that for people to know. It's not really that important. Anyway, you could stay on that 1 centimetre line like that and glue it. I think that would look nice. Let me just see. Yep, that would look nice. Yeah, I'm just going to get my glue. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I got my Super Tack glue here in Australia. I'm just going to see. I haven't used it for a while, so I'm just going to see if it's still usable. Interesting. I'm going to have to get a pin. I might use this big hat pin. It's not coming out for some reason. I might have to go off camera and I will show you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I think I've got it ready to move. Now, the only thing we have to do is to see where we want to finish it. And I think that that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything fancy on the corners except make it square. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that line where the hemming is. Just like that. Now this is super tack glue, sorry. And it glues pretty quickly and it's for fabric as well as other stuff. So there, it's down. Where am I working? Here. Okay. So I'm going to put some down on the hem line where my stitches are. And I'm going to put some glue there. And I'm going to hold this end down and I'm going to push that down till there. Oops. Hang on a minute. It's got to be turned over. That's it. There we go. So just like that. Okay. Now it takes a few seconds of... I'm going to put a lot more glue on it this time because I think I'm not putting enough on. So you do need to put a little bit of fabric glue on, or super tack glue. That pretty much holds it down. There. There we go. So it's working really well at the moment. This is very simple to do, all by hand. I'm going to do another patch on that line. Fabric glue or super tack glue. I'm going to fold it down again like that, and as you can see it dries really quickly. Right. I'm only going to cut it till the edge of the hemming. I'm going to cut it right there. If I can find my scissors. There they are. Okay, I'm going to cut it there. I only want it on the hem part. Okay. Okay. Put down some more. There we go. Now, there we go. We've got one whole area, one whole line that we've done. I'm sorry, a bit off colour today. Not sure why. I think it may be these what do you call it? The pollen's in the air and that, and the wind. It's really making me sick. Okay, we're going to do a square just on this end, and it's going to be right on top of the last one at the very end on the hem, and we're going to cut it to this hem here. Okay, and we're going to glue that. Let's glue that to the very end. Okay. Put it on top of the other one so it looks, you know, neat and squared off. There we go. Then we can put that down so you can see the corner of what I've done there. I've just put it on top of the other one. Oops, how can I show you? Oh, I'm a bit out of sorts because I haven't filmed for many, well, the last couple I haven't filmed, so I'm a bit out of sorts of how to continue with the camera, how to hold it, where to put it, things like that. So I'm just going to measure this up because I want to cut it off. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put it on the hem like that. Good squeeze of it. There's some spots there. Oops, I'm going to put it on top of this one. Like this. Till there. That's it. That's good. Continue. Okay, so we put it on here, on the hem. Just the glue. Tacky glue. Now you can sew this. You can sheen sew it, you can hand sew it, you can glue it, you can hot glue it. It works all the same. Maybe sewing's a bit more stable, or stronger I should say, not stable, stronger. But overall, I like the gluing effect. The gluing effect's really good. Okay. Got one more piece to go. Do it on top. Get your scissors. Right. I'm just going to glue this down because I left a bit on purpose. There we go. I'm going to put this one on top. Oops. Put some down. It's getting stuck on my arm there. Okay, this is going to go on the top of that one, on the hemline where your stitches show, and then we can finish it off here. There we go. Perfect. Yep, perfect. Perfect. Well, not perfect. Handmade. Handmade perfect. There we go. What do you think? I think it looks great. That's going to really look nice on my dressing table. Not dressing table, my side table next to my bed, because it's pretty full up with junk. So I'm going to remove everything and I'm going to make it nice and pretty, and I might show you how I do that. There we go. Fingers are sticky from the tacky glue. Right, I haven't used that glue for a long time. Now, I just wanted to show you this little sweet thing. This is particularly from the 70s. It's a shot glass. Let me see if you can see it. There it is. It's a little shot glass, and it was from my sister's wedding in 1977. She was given some shot glasses, and this was the very last one she kept, and she gave it to me. So I made it into a little pin cushion, of course, you know, something that's usable. I've had it for a while, but I thought I'd show you because I just found it. So it's a vintage piece of shot glass from the 70s, and this one I made obviously just with beautiful fabric and a little piece of doily and a nice button there. Pretty, very effective, very pretty, very easy to make, and we might make one of them. But anyway, let's put this on my doily and see what it looks like, and it looks quite stunning. So I think that you can all make one of these or make your own style. That's just my style. I mean, I'm nothing spectacular as a sewer, but I do like to make things from time to time. I dropped my glasses, never mind. I've got another pair of, not glasses, dropped my embroidery scissors. As I said, I'm not myself today. I can't really get two thoughts in my head. But anyway, this was the one I was going to really show you when I made it. But I'm going to show you some pictures of it on my table, my vintage table. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to put that next to my bed and pretty it up a little bit. As much as I can, because you know it's nice to have little doilies on your table that look pretty and homemade, and this is a vintage cloth, of course, so which gives it a nice feeling of home. And if you've got any fabric, I was just thinking that where do you find some vintage fabric that's genuine vintage? One way is, if you're my age and your parents are still alive, go and see if they've got any vintage curtains or sheets or anything like that that you can use that's genuine. And you could make pillowcases, doilies, table runners. You can also make tea towels, curtains. You could almost do anything, and all done by hand. It's very simple with that stitch. Just stitch it up. It's all pretty nice and done. You can iron that again to make it look pretty. And I urge you very strongly is to go and make something that's yours, that you could say, I did that. Now that looks very pretty. A lot of people wouldn't like the glue. They'd want a machine sew that, and that's fair enough. Get your machines out and start sewing that together quite easily. I could show you, but I have to find my sewing machines. I've got them packed in boxes. As I said, I've got about 6. I've got a really good one that I wrecked. Digital. So go and find your sewing machine, find some material, go to op shops, go to St. Vinny's, go to all those places, see if you've got an elderly neighbour that might have some vintage fabric. Just ask. I mean, people are friendly if you ask. They're only willing to help you and may give you some help with that. So anyway, I hope that you get to do that and that you feel you've achieved something. And I can't think at the moment, so I'm going to go. But what I'll do is I'll put some photos in of those 2 things that I said I'd do. I might make a video of this one next to my bed, but I'll show you the table with my vintage cloth. So until I see you next time, you take care. Living in the 60s says bye for now.